Most mods are hype, but these 15 actually work. One set of sway bars transformed a sedan's cornering for under $200. A lightweight wheel swap shaved seconds off lap times. And an ECU remap unlocked hidden horsepower without burning extra fuel. I'll also expose 7 mods that quietly kill engines. Let's start with the smart upgrades. Mod number 15, anti-roll bars, sway bars. When you push your car into a corner, the last thing you want is that unsettling sway that makes the whole body lean like a boat. That's where anti-roll bars or sway bars come in. They are one of the most underrated yet effective modifications you can make if you want sharper handling. By tying the left and right suspension together, they reduce body roll and keep the car more stable when turning. The beauty of sway bars is that they're budget-friendly compared to other suspension upgrades, but they instantly make a car feel tighter and more confident in corners. Drivers who enjoy back roads or track days will notice the difference right away. And even in daily driving, the car feels more controlled during lane changes. They don't add horsepower, but they add something just as valuable: confidence. Mod number 14. Oil catch can. Now, performance isn't just about how a car handles today, it's also about how long the engine lasts. Modern direct injection engines are notorious for carbon buildup inside the intake valves. Over time, this sludge chokes airflow, reduces efficiency, and can even lead to engine failure. That's where an oil catch can become a small but mighty protector. It's a simple device that catches blow-by oil before it reaches the intake system. By keeping the internals clean, it extends engine life, maintains performance, and saves you money on costly repairs. Mechanics often see neglected engines caked in deposits, and a quality catch can could have prevented that. It's not the flashiest upgrade, but it's one of those silent guardians under the hood that pays off in reliability. Mod number 13. Resurface interior touchpoints. But sometimes the best mods are not under the hood at all. Think about the parts of your car you touch every single day. The steering wheel, the shift knob, the driver's seat. Over time, these surfaces wear down, and even if the engine runs perfectly, the interior feels tired and old. Re-leathering or resurfacing these touchpoints can completely transform your driving experience. A fresh, well-stitched steering wheel or a refinished shifter instantly makes a car feel new again. It's also one of the smartest ways to improve resale value without spending a fortune. Instead of staring at cracked leather or peeling trim, you're greeted by surfaces that feel premium every time you drive. The best part is, unlike power mods, this one improves your car every mile, whether you're commuting or road tripping. Mod number 12. Lightweight alloy wheels. Of course, when it comes to balancing looks and performance, few mods strike that balance better than lightweight alloy wheels. Swapping out heavy factory wheels for lighter alloys doesn't just change appearance, it changes the way the car drives. Because they reduce unsprung weight, acceleration feels sharper, braking distances improve, and steering becomes more responsive. This is the kind of upgrade that drivers notice immediately, especially when pushing through corners. And the bonus? They give the car a sportier, more aggressive stance. But quality matters here. Cheap wheels can crack or bend, ruining safety and performance. A good set of lightweight alloys is an investment that pays off in every drive, from daily errands to spirited mountain runs. Mod number 11. Performance brakes, pads and rotors. No list of worthwhile mods is complete without mentioning performance brakes, because power means nothing if you can't control it. Upgrading pads and rotors is one of the smartest, most practical modifications for any driver. Performance brake pads offer more bite, resist fade during hard use, and shorten stopping distances. Pair them with slotted or drilled rotors, and you get better heat dissipation and consistent performance. Whether it's a spirited canyon drive, a track day, or even just an emergency stop on the highway, performance brakes give you confidence that the car will respond. Stock brakes are often designed for quiet comfort, not aggressive use. With this upgrade, every press of the pedal feels firmer and more reassuring. Safety and performance come together in a single mod, and it's one you'll appreciate the first time you need it. Mod number 10. Ceramic window tinting. There are some upgrades that look like style mods, but actually deliver real benefits. Ceramic window tinting is one of them. At first glance, it might seem like you are just darkening the glass for a sleeker appearance. But ceramic tinting goes beyond looks. It blocks harmful UV rays, which protects your skin and prevents your interior from fading. It also rejects heat, which means your cabin stays cooler even in the summer sun. That directly reduces strain on your air conditioning, which can save fuel and make your drives more comfortable. Unlike cheap tints that bubble and peel, ceramic film is durable and doesn't interfere with electronics like GPS or radio signals. This is one of those upgrades you notice every single time you step inside your car. Mod number 9. Short Throw Shifter. Moving on, let's talk about a mod that is strictly for drivers who love to engage with their cars. The Short Throw Shifter. If you have a manual transmission, you know the feeling of rowing through the gears. A short throw shifter makes each shift quicker, tighter, and more precise. Instead of a long, sloppy movement, you get a crisp and direct gear change. That makes driving more exciting and also improves performance because faster shifts mean less time out of gear. This upgrade doesn't add horsepower, but it enhances the driving experience in a way that makes the car feel sportier. Once you try it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. It's a small change with a big impact on how connected you feel behind the wheel. Mod number 8. Suspension upgrades. Speaking of how a car feels, few upgrades transform both performance and looks like a suspension upgrade. Whether you go with coilovers or lowering springs, the result is sharper handling and a more planted stance. With less body roll and more grip, your car stays composed through corners, and steering feels more responsive. At the same time, modern coilovers are adjustable, so you can strike a balance between comfort and performance. Lowering springs, on the other hand, are a budget-friendly option that still tightens up handling and gives the car a more aggressive look. Either way, this is a mod you'll feel every time you drive, whether it's on a twisty road or just navigating city traffic. It's not about slamming the car to the ground, it's about building confidence with every turn of the wheel. Mod number 7. Engine Tune. While suspension makes the car handle better, unlocking the full potential of your engine comes from inside the ECU. A professional remap or engine tune can completely change how a car drives. Manufacturers set conservative maps for fuel economy, emissions, and smoothness, but a proper tune unleashes hidden horsepower and torque. Turbocharged cars see the biggest gains, with sharper throttle response, stronger mid-range power, and improved drivability. But the key is to avoid cheap canned maps or plug-in gadgets. A safe tune should be done by a professional using proper equipment. When done right, it's like giving your car a new personality, one that responds instantly and feels alive. This is one of the most rewarding upgrades for enthusiasts who want real, usable performance gains. Before we jump into the next game-changing mod, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss more real upgrades that work and the scams you need to avoid. Mod number 6. Cold Air Intake. Another mod, which is one of the most classic mods in the enthusiast world, is the Cold Air Intake, also known as an induction kit. Engines are basically air pumps, and the cooler and denser the air they breathe, the better the combustion. A well-designed cold air intake routes air from outside the hot engine bay, delivering more oxygen-rich airflow to the engine. The result is better throttle response, a small horsepower boost, and a deeper, sportier engine sound. But not all intakes are created equal. Poorly designed ones suck in hot air and actually hurt performance. Stick to reputable brands that test their products properly. This is one of those mods where you'll hear the difference every time you step on the gas, and you'll feel it too. Mod number 5. Performance Exhaust System. There are very few upgrades that change both the way a car feels and the way it sounds. Stock exhausts are often built with restrictions to keep noise down and costs low. That creates back pressure, which robs the engine of efficiency and power. A properly designed performance exhaust reduces that restriction, allowing gases to flow freely. The result is a sharper throttle response, a smoother torque curve, and in many cases, measurable horsepower gains. Beyond the numbers, the exhaust note becomes deeper and more refined, giving the driver a satisfying soundtrack without being obnoxiously loud. The key is choosing quality systems that are engineered for your specific car. Cheap pipes may drone in the cabin or even rattle apart. A good exhaust is about balance, more efficiency, better sound, and a real upgrade to your driving experience. Mod number 4. Forced Induction. While an exhaust helps an engine breathe better, forced induction takes performance to an entirely different level. Adding a turbocharger or supercharger is the ultimate way to increase power. By compressing air into the engine, forced induction dramatically boosts horsepower and torque, with gains ranging from 40% to well over 100% when done properly. Turbochargers deliver efficiency and big top-end power, while superchargers provide instant response with power on demand. But this is not a bolt-on for beginners. It requires supporting upgrades like fuel injectors, intercoolers, a stronger clutch, and a safe ECU tune. When everything is balanced, forced induction can transform even an ordinary car into a high-performance machine. But cut corners, and you risk catastrophic engine failure. Done right, this is the holy grail of mods, delivering exhilarating speed and a completely new personality for your car. Mod number 3. Performance Tires. Of course, more power means nothing if your tires cannot keep up. Performance tires are often overlooked, but they are the single most important part of your car because they are the only connection to the road. A quality set of tires instantly improves grip, braking distance, and overall safety. It doesn't matter how much horsepower you have without grip, it is wasted. Performance tires use stickier compounds and advanced tread designs to keep the car planted in corners and stable under hard braking. The difference is dramatic, especially in wet conditions where grip can mean the difference between control and disaster. While they can wear out faster than standard all-season tires, the trade-off is worth it for anyone who values performance and safety. This is one of the smartest upgrades for both daily drivers and enthusiasts. Mod number 2, upgraded sound system. Now, not every upgrade is about raw performance. Some are about making the driving experience more enjoyable day to day. An upgraded sound system or a modern touchscreen head unit is one of those comfort mods that completely changes how a car feels inside. Older vehicles often have outdated radios with weak speakers and no modern features. By adding a touchscreen with Bluetooth, CarPlay, or Android Auto, you bring your car up to modern standards. Combine that with quality speakers and a small amplifier, and suddenly your daily commute feels premium. Clearer audio, seamless phone connectivity, and easier navigation all make time in the car more enjoyable. It's not about blasting bass, it's about clarity, convenience, and comfort. This upgrade proves that not every mod has to be under the hood to make your car feel like new again. Mod number 1, brake and suspension combo. Finally, the most effective real-world upgrade isn't just one part, it's a balanced package. Combining performance brakes with a suspension upgrade creates a synergy that transforms the entire driving experience. Brakes give you confidence when slowing down, while suspension keeps the car planted and stable when cornering. Together, they improve safety, control, and performance more than any single mod can. This combination doesn't just help on the track, it makes highway driving, emergency maneuvers, and daily commutes safer and more predictable. Many enthusiasts spend money chasing horsepower, but the truth is, the biggest performance leap comes from stopping quicker and handling better. With this package, your car feels sharper, more responsive, and far more capable in every scenario. It is the ultimate foundation for any build, and it's what mechanics recommend before adding extra power. While these upgrades can truly transform your ride, some so-called mods do the exact opposite. Up next, I'll reveal the ones that can quietly destroy your engine. Mistake number 1, budget turbo kits without tuning. When it comes to car mods, nothing is more tempting than cheap horsepower. Budget turbo kits flood the internet, promising massive gains for a fraction of the price of a proper setup. On paper, it sounds like the deal of the century. In reality, it is one of the fastest ways to destroy an engine. These kits usually come with poor quality parts, weak welds, and no real testing behind them. The bigger problem is that they are often bolted onto stock engines without proper tuning or supporting upgrades. That combination leads to detonation, blown head gaskets, cracked pistons, or worse, a completely destroyed motor. Mechanics see it all the time. A driver saves money on the kit but ends up paying thousands in repairs. If you want forced induction, it needs to be done right, with proper fueling, cooling, and ECU management. Mistake number 2, nitrous oxide without safeguards. If cheap turbos are a gamble, nitrous oxide without safeguards is a guaranteed disaster. Nitrous can add a huge shot of power instantly, but it must be handled with extreme care. Spraying nitrous without upgrading fueling and adjusting ignition timing is like lighting a firecracker inside your engine. Pistons can melt, rods can snap, and the motor can seize within seconds. Professional setups include safety features like progressive controllers, wideband sensors, and fuel system upgrades. They allow the engine to handle the added oxygen without going lean. The problem is that beginners often bolt on nitrous kits with none of these protections. They get 1 or 2 thrilling pulls, and then the engine gives out. Nitrous is not inherently bad, but without safeguards and experience, it's nothing short of mechanical Russian roulette. Mistake number 3, improper ECU tuning. Improper ECU tuning is another silent killer. Every modern car relies on its engine control unit to balance fuel, air, and timing. When you upload a cheap, canned tune from the internet or plug in a questionable device, you're essentially rewriting the brain of the car with guesswork. That's dangerous. Bad maps often push ignition timing too far forward or lean out the air-to-fuel mixture. Both can cause detonation, which hammers pistons and valves until something breaks. Unlike a mechanical failure, you might not even know it's happening until the damage is already done. Professional dyno tuning adjusts the ECU for your specific car, your mods, and even your local fuel quality. A $50 download from a random website will never do that. Saving money up front can mean paying thousands later, and it's one of the most common mistakes people make when chasing easy power. Mistake number 4. Oversized injectors. Let's also talk about oversized fuel injectors or pumps without proper tuning. Many drivers think bigger automatically means better, but that's not how fueling works. When injectors are too large or a pump pushes too much fuel without ECU calibration, the engine runs extremely rich or extremely lean. Both conditions are deadly. Running too rich washes down cylinder walls, reducing lubrication and damaging rings. Running too lean raises temperatures, leading to detonation and bearing failure. Neither outcome is good, and both shorten the life of your engine fast. Proper injector sizing must match your horsepower goals, your turbo or supercharger, and most importantly, your tune. Without tuning, these upgrades become liabilities. What was meant to support performance ends up flooding or starving the motor, turning a build into a very expensive paperweight. Mistake number 5. Water methanol injection without fail-safes. Water methanol injection sounds like a clever hack for lowering intake temperatures and preventing knock. In controlled conditions, it works and can safely add horsepower. However, the danger comes when the system fails without built-in safeguards. Imagine you are mid-pull at wide-open throttle. The engine is tuned to rely on that water meth mix, but the pump fails or the tank runs dry. Suddenly, the air-fuel mixture goes lean, and detonation kicks in instantly. Pistons can shatter, valves can bend, and all that power gain disappears in smoke. Fail-safes like flow sensors and automatic timing adjustments are not optional, they're essential. Without them, one pull is all it takes to end an engine. So while water meth can work for experienced tuners, it is one of the most dangerous shortcuts for beginners. Mistake number 6. True straight pipes. Next up, true straight pipes. Cutting out mufflers and resonators for straight pipes seems like a quick way to get more power and louder sound. Unfortunately, the reality is much different. Modern engines rely on a careful balance of exhaust flow. A properly tuned system maintains scavenging, where exhaust gases are pulled out smoothly to make room for fresh air. Straight pipes eliminate this balance, especially at lower RPMs. The result is a loss of low-end torque, poor drivability, and in many cases, check engine lights. Sensors like oxygen and catalytic monitors get thrown off, causing the ECU to compensate by running lean. Over time, this can burn valves and damage the motor. Straight pipes might make noise, but they rarely add usable power. In fact, for most street cars, they end up causing more harm than good. Mistake number 7. Mismatched bolt-on parts without tune. Finally, mismatched bolt-on parts without a tune. This mistake happens more often than you'd think. A driver installs a new intake, maybe headers, or a larger throttle body, thinking each piece will add power on its own. The truth is that modern engines depend on precise air-fuel ratios. When you bolt on random parts without recalibrating the ECU, the system gets confused. The airflow sensors read one thing, the injectors deliver another, and combustion suffers. Sometimes the car runs too lean, raising temps and causing knock. Other times it runs too rich, wasting fuel and washing down cylinder walls. Either way, reliability takes the hit. Mods are not Lego bricks. They have to work together. A proper tune brings the whole package into balance. Without it, you're basically asking your engine to destroy itself 1 mile at a time. Smart mods make your car safer, faster, and more fun. Dumb mods? They turn your engine into scrap metal. If you're modding, do this, not that. It'll save your engine and your wallet. And if you really want your freshly modded car to hit 500,000 miles, watch the video on the screen. It will walk you through professional step-by-step habits that will extend your car's lifetime. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this with a friend.